Hi everyone, this is Smriti. Welcome to Q automation classes. So in yesterday's session, we have learned how to understand the JSONs, right? We took the example of the two different types of the JSON that was part of the JSON crack and JSONPath.com, and we try to understand how exactly those JSONs are composed, right? And today we'll understand what is a JSON path and how exactly we can identify a particular root node's value, right? So how can we traverse that one? So why we need this, right? So how in UI automation framework you need a particular web element to do some operation on that one, but in API world what you need, so in the API you need to get that particular value. Suppose this is the JSON, right? So from the JSON, suppose you want to verify whether the iPhone is coming or not, right? So whether the city is Nara or not. So that means you have to go to that location and you have to get this value, and then you can say, okay, so if whatever the actual value that is written by the API, this is the API response, okay? So whatever is written by the API is matching with your expectation or not. So that's how you do the validations, right? So you have a expectation or expected value. So basically what happens, usually you will write some queries to get those expected value from the database, or you, if you have, you can keep them in the properties file or somewhere, and then you have to use the JSON path and parse or read the JSON response from the API, and then you go to that particular node and retrieve that node value, okay? And if that node value, that is your actual value, if that actual value is matching with your expected value, then you will say okay, so the test case is passed or assertion is passed, okay? So now let's understand, okay? So if you see this this one, right? So let me expand it a little bit, okay? So if you see, so it says first name is John, last name Doe. So this is a JSON, right? So now in this JSON, the root node, I have already told you, the root node starts with curly braces, okay? In JSON, root node is presented by curly braces, but in JSON path it is always presented by dollar. If you see, we're starting with the dollar, so dollar nothing but the root node, okay? So let's say, let's remove this one completely. So this is your JSON, okay? So how to get the proper JSON value here? So I'll say, okay, I'll say dollar, okay? When I say dollar, what happens? That means I'm saying, okay, go to the root node, so everything is visible inside the root node, right? So that's why if you see, whatever is here, the entire thing is coming here, okay? So that is nothing but the root node. If I just put a dollar, so it will show, okay, inside the array it kinds of shows this information, right? So all the information is coming here. So that is nothing but the dollar. So dollar in JSON path root node is represented by the dollar, okay? So then we have a operator called as the dot operator, okay? So what exactly this dot operator does, okay? So dot operator asks us to go to the child nodes, right? One node down. So now if you see, I'm in the root node, and in the root node I'm able to see everything. So first thing is what, inside the root node we have first name, last name, age. Suppose I want to go to the first name, so how to go to the first name? So let me copy this one. Let's say dollar dot, okay? I'll put this one first name. When I say dollar dot first name, that means go to the root node, and from the root node find the first name, okay? So it says, okay, is there a first name node present? Yes, it is present, okay? The first name key is present. This is basically a key. And what is the value? The value is John. So if you see, if you write this one, right, and you retrieve the value for this JSON path, you will get the value as John. Now you can do your expectation and actual value match, okay? So this is what is called as the dot notation or the dot operator, okay? Through the dot operator you can navigate it. Similarly, if you want to go to age, so I can say this one, let's go on age, so you can see the 26. Similarly, you can let's try with the address. So if you go inside the address, you can see street address, city, and postal code, three things, everything will come here, okay? So but here if you see, you can go to the address, okay? You can see all those elements, you can get all those elements, okay? And similarly, let's say about the phone numbers. So if you go to the phone numbers, you will see those two array objects, okay? First one and second one. Similarly, But let's say here, okay, so now you are at the phone numbers, right? So after the phone numbers you have two objects, so object 0 and object 1. We'll see that through the indexing how you traverse to the different input object. We'll see that shortly. Okay, so apart from the dot operator, so you can use the parenthesis or the basically the square bracket, right, to go to the root node. So but in that, how would you write? So let's go to that first name example. So with the dot you write dollar dot first name, but with parenthesis you will write something like this. So remove dot, put it in the square bracket, and you have to put the single quotes around it. Okay, so just like this. So if you write like this also, if you see, you get the John. So dot is easy or this one is easy, whatever is easy you write. Okay, so I personally feel dots are easy, so I usually write dot, but yeah, you can go with any of the style. Okay, so similarly, instead of the first name, if you want to go with age, so you just replace it with age, so you'll see age. You want to replace with the address, so just replace it with the address. Okay, and if you want to say phone numbers, okay, just put it with the phone numbers, so you'll get it. Okay, so there are two types of the things, like one, you can use the square bracket, and within the quotes you can write the keys so that the corresponding values you will be seeing, or you have the dot operator. Okay, so you can go navigate to the respective child node with the help of those. Okay, and let's understand one. So let's retrieve the city, right? So how to retrieve the city? So city is present here. So let me take the graphical representation first here, so that it will be easy. Okay, so city is here, say, right? Okay, so now you want to go to the city. Okay, so we know how to get these root node elements, right? Directly dollar dot the first name, last name, or age, right? So now let's say I want to get this city nara. So how to get? So dollar will identify your root node. Okay, inside the root node you can get access to the address. So dollar dot address, right? So it will point to the address, and then inside the address you have the city. Again with the dot you can write city, right? So let's write it over here. So you'll say dollar dot address. So if you write dollar dot address, so you get the this address object, and here you have the street address, city, and postal code. So now you want to go and get the fetch the city. So within the address we can directly say dot again. Okay, and then you can say city. So if you say city, so you say nara. Okay, so this is how you get the particular node value, right? So apart from that, okay, so if you see wildcard, okay, so there is something called as the wildcard, that is nothing but star. Okay, so it is used to match all the element within the current node. Okay, so we understood like how to navigate to the child nodes with the help of the dot operators. Okay, and within the square bracket. Okay, and that's all to this session, guys. In the next session we'll see some more cool stuffs like wildcard and all, right? So yeah, if you guys are really enjoying, right, I will request you to subscribe to my channel, and please stay tuned to key automation classes for the upcoming sessions, and please share this content with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get benefited out of it. And if you have any questions, put them in the comment section. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And if you are really liking the content, I'll request you to subscribe to my channel and like the content. So thank you everyone, we'll meet in the next class. Bye bye.